big up friend Ira.
Having hobbies while in college has really helped me to build a sense of self over the past few years. I've understood what brings me fulfillment, but what also allows me to stay curious and what I enjoy to do outside of my courses. I have been journaling consistently now for the past 5 or so years, and I've recently been inspired to incorporate a more creative way into my writing. Scrapbooking and planning is a new hobby that I'm starting this year, not only to store pictures, cards, but also to have more fun as I write. Outside of my responsibilities as a full-time student athlete, scrapbooking for me this year is going to represent a new way for me to document my experiences. Having physical documentation of the people and places that I'm able to experience, I think is a great way for me to remember and look back on these moments. I'm also excited to use the different supplies that I invested in, from stickers to washi tape, pens, and the new planner that I'm going to share with you all. But I'm really excited to incorporate scrapbooking as a new hobby in 2025. I did want to come in here and share my current 2025 journal and planner lineup. I will be making a more in-depth video on journaling, sharing some of my prompts and how I use each of these in depth. For that video, definitely share in the comments any questions you have on journaling or prompt writing in general. I will try to answer all of them in that video. Let's start with this journal. This is my morning pages journal. Now, morning pages, it's simply writing freehand first thing in the morning. The standard is 3 pages, but I have lowered mine to just 1 page. I have found that there's a lot of power in taking a practice and making it your own. For me, it's not about getting in an uncomfortable position and stretching myself to do something, but more of so trying to integrate a positive practice, a healthy practice into my current routines. So I have lowered mine down to 1 page, which has been something I've kept up with this year. Simply just 1 page, just freehand. This one is for my research hobby, which is in this video, so I won't touch on it too much, but I use this for just research. This next notebook journal, I call this my catch-all journal. This is where I write any reflections, I'm answering prompts. It's definitely more curated in this journal, so I'm thinking about really developing my sentences, using new words, expressing myself fully and as effectively as I can. I call this my catch-all journal. This I will be touching on in a future video about how I use this to answer prompts and how I structure, or how I personally like to structure my writing. But I call this my catch-all journal, and I spent some time decorating it the other night. Really happy with how it turned out. I know there's a little bit of a glare, but I'm really happy with this one. This size is an A6. I used to have a bigger catch-all journal, but I just realized it was a bit too big for me and I wanted something a bit smaller, but this is for that. This last one is probably a planner that I'm really excited about. I've never used a physical planner. I am more of a digital person when it comes to planning. So planning my videos, my short films, planning my work, my assignments, etc. I mainly do that digitally, and I track my meetings, what I have to do, tasks, etc. But I have been really inspired by Hobonichi Weeks and their planners. This one is simply just from Amazon. I did spend some time decorating the front of this as well. I'm not completely done with it, so we're gonna fill up the empty space, but this planner I use for my videos. So I plan out my production process from brainstorming to script writing to creating the shot lists to shooting to actually post-production, editing, posting. I just started using this and I'm really excited to continue using it. I'm still figuring out the layout and the different habits that I want to track alongside with my content. I'm always in production, in some stage of production every week, so I wanted to get a weekly planner where I can see my progress, what I have left to do. I'm gonna plan a few more weeks before I talk about this one or bring it up more in videos. I just want to spend a bit more time using this planner, understanding the layouts that I like, and moving forward from there. But yes, this is my current lineup for journaling and planning. I will be making a more in-depth video probably in a month or two. I do want to spend some time in these notebooks and just writing, figuring out layouts and how I really want to use these, but I have a general sense. I have been using all of them except my catch-all because I just got that one, but yeah. Now, doing research as a hobby may sound a little bit tedious, but I think it's a great way to stay curious and learn about something that you're genuinely interested in. For me, some topics are existential philosophy, quantum physics, and energy alchemy, and of course, filmmaking and directing. If I have an interest in a topic, I want to be knowledgeable about it, so I have a specific journal just for my research. It's a place for me to take notes, write down sources, and really think about and work through some of these discussions. For online resources, I highly recommend JSTOR and the Ethics Center. These are great resources to find full essays and articles, books, magazines on any given topic. It's also important for me to know that any hobby that I take on, it's something that I genuinely want to do. It is not a chore for me to do research on filmmaking. It's not a chore for me to spend an hour or two scrapbooking and putting stickers on a notebook. I also highly recommend finding local bookstores to get physical documentation of something. I love going to used bookstores because they have really great resources at affordable prices. Think about the experiences and conversations you want to have in the future and find hobbies that are related to them. Directing and filmmaking are conversations that I want to be engaged in, so I take the time to do research on them. But for you, it could be on any given thing. I also wanted to share my current books and what I'm reading and my new books that I also picked up recently as well. What I'm currently reading is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This book has The Picture of Dorian Gray and a few of his plays in this, so it looks bigger than what that book actually is. But I am pretty much halfway done with The Picture of Dorian Gray. I'm really enjoying it. I love the way that he writes and the storyline and how it follows themes of beauty and aesthetics and how we care about what other people think of us and how other people perceive us. I also picked up Love Letters by Rochelle Alliers, Donna Hill, and Janice Sims. This is a collection of books I bought this for 75 cents from McKay's. McKay's has become one of my new favorite places for used books, toys, lenses, cameras, etc. I also picked up To Kill a Mockingbird. I have never read this book, so I feel like I had to. This is also related to my research hobby, but I picked up How Not to Make a Short Film and Directing the Film. Directing the Film is by Eric Sherman. I'm excited about these because I can use this in conjunction with my research hobby, and I can take notes and learn about the art of directing and filmmaking and continue to work on my craft. This Photography Annual 39 magazine. This I use not only for inspiration, but also for my journals and my notebooks. I did decorate my catch-all journal using this magazine. I think the research hobby is really fun because anything that you do, you can do research on, or anything that I'm interested in, I can do research on. So those are my current reads and new pickups. I'm really excited to finish The Picture of Dorian Gray. Let me know if you guys are reading any current books that you want to share. But that is the second hobby when it comes to research and books. And now on to the third one. I want to speak French fluently by the end of 2025, so I did make it a new hobby to learn the language. I find that podcasts have been the easiest way for me to digest material as compared to other platforms like Duolingo. Some of my favorite podcasts currently are Little Talk in Slow French and Coffee Break French. This is a low pressure hobby, so whenever I think about learning the language, which is probably every few days, I put on a podcast and learn a few new phrases. I don't force myself or judge if I haven't learned something in a few days. With anything that you start new, I find that it doesn't serve to judge yourself because you're practicing something you've never done before. I want you all to find joy in any new hobbies, not resentment or feeling like it's a chore. I just started my 6th semester of college, and I'm excited to fill my days with hobbies and practices that bring me genuine fulfillment. I am a full-time student athlete, so my days are usually quite busy, but I make the time outside of my responsibilities to do what I enjoy to do. I encourage anyone who's also in college to pick up new hobbies that you want to try, and also see what sticks. Of course, filmmaking is my passion and hobby, but I thought I'd share some new hobbies. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. I will see you all in my next video.